Welcome to the Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio Show with those two motorheads, Captain Bob and Arlo.
Captain Bob and Arlo, they're the ones you know. Listen to the car show, Wisconsin's Hot Rod Radio.
Alrighty, so once again, here we are at SEMA 2018, and we're here with a very good friend of ours. We hope we're a good friend of yours.
Yeah, no,
that's
it's true.
cool. Yeah,
it's true, yeah.
Our good friend Dennis Gage from My Classic Car.
Hi,
Awesome.
there.
Hey,
Good to see you guys. Always good to get together with you.
It is. We've had a lot of fun with you. We've had a lot of fun with you in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Now we're here
Hear
in
that?
Las Vegas.
In Wisconsin.
Are you knocking our accent?
Oh, no.
No, you've been to our state several times.
I did. Well, I'm from, I grew up 11 miles from the border.
Yeah,
Where?
That's right.
I
Yeah,
was
you did mention
out
it,
near
yeah.
Galena, Illinois.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it's like, and that's the one county in Illinois where it's like Wisconsin leaked down, and it's really pretty.
Leaks down.
Yeah, it leaked down right there in the corner.
It actually is kind of true.
Yeah, no, it is.
The Mississippi.
It's beautiful
Yeah.
there. And then the rest of Illinois is like, really? Huh? But no, Stockton's pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a lot of
Stockton.
listeners. in
Yeah,
Illinois?
we have a lot of
sure
listeners
you
there. We always enjoy when you come there, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So, you've been now on the air with My Classic Car for many years. Am I going to say like 20 years? Whoa. Take the spoon out of the disposal.
They're landing a F-15.
No. They got a garbage disposal unit
Yeah,
over
they
there.
got a spoon caught in there. to
Spoon
keep
caught
it
in
turned
there.
on, yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
I know.
No, but yeah, it's 24 years.
24
years.
years. Wow.
I've been on television longer than Gunsmoke.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Matt
wow.
Dillon,
Actually,
yeah.
I hold
Wow.
the record. And I hold the record
that's
for
unbelievable.
Yeah. And without Chester, too. That's amazing.
Without Chester, that's right. Yeah.
So, what's one of the most favorable times that I think you've done? And we're going 24 years there. What was one time that you thought on your show that you enjoyed the most? I mean, was there one of the times you thought it was just great?
I actually think most of it's just great. I mean, it's what's not to love?
Exactly, yeah.
I go to car shows and I talk to people, and people let me drive their cars, and it's, it's an incredible amount of work actually, and everybody says, it's just like to have so much fun.
No.
And I always say,
No.
we work really hard to make it look this easy, but
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
But it is. It's fun. It's hard to even pick one. I just seem to have a great experience every time I go out.
You do.
Let's talk about that a little bit because we've seen you in action.
Right.
And you are so focused on producing a good product
Oh, you
for that car show.
Oh, you have to.
They
yeah,
bring
yeah.
you in to a car
Yeah.
show, and you got your crew, you got yourself, and you're trying to make the story around that car show. That's tough.
Oh, it's real tough.
It's a lot of work.
It's we do happy TV.
Yeah.
My goal is that everybody wins. I've always been, everybody wins, everybody gets to play. So it's we do everything from daily drivers to Duesenbergs.
Yeah.
And everything from the biggest
Almost-
shows around to elegant concours to cruise-ins.
Yes.
It's just again, everybody gets to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. It's really hard.
No, we've seen you in action,
Yes, we have.
and that fun stuff is, and then all the post-production you got to do too.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's it's a couple hours for every finished minute of TV.
Yes, right.
Well,
You were the start. You started all of this, though. I
Yes.
mean, we've got Vegas Rat Rats, counting cars, all
Exactly.
that kind of stuff.
I'm the Godfather.
You are the Godfather.
I am the Godfather.
Yeah.
got to watch what you say.
Well,
though.
that's
No,
right.
I'm serious.
Someday,
Yeah.
you may ask me for a favor.
You'll need a mustache.
You might have
Someday-
a horse. You have a horse.
Yeah, I'll trim your mustache while you're sleeping.
No, but it's funny because a lot of the shows that are out now can trace their lineage to,
Yep,
to the show. I
absolutely.
mean, really, I was the first guy to put
Yeah.
Dave Kindig on the air over 15 years ago.
Yes.
Steve Darnell, those guys all were, did a piece with me at one point in time.
It's an amazing legacy you have,
Yeah,
really.
it's
And
cool.
what's really cool is you're still very young, you're still very active, and you're still excited going out there. That's pretty cool.
Well, most of those things are true. The pretty young part's not, but everything else was.
Well, how did you come up with the idea 24
Yeah,
years ago? I mean, you were
I
just
know
sitting
you've
there
been
one day.
asked this a million
You were
times.
just sitting there one day and you thought,
No.
I'm going to go to a car show and film it.
Well, no, actually, in all honesty, it wasn't my idea. This was a complete accident. I mean, I'm.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a PhD in chemistry. I'm the.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm actually
Really?
the most needlessly overeducated person in television. Completely needlessly overeducated.
I think
and
I read that,
did 10 years at Procter & Gamble in R&D and 5 years ahead of product development. at a Bristol Myers Squibb company.
Wow.
Developed stuff like Pringles to, Boost
And
nutrition.
of course, there's that
All
urban
that-
legend.
there's
Yeah,
that-
everybody
there's-
asks about that.
that's
Exactly,
true.
yeah.
Well, and so I am one of the developers of Pringles. There was an army of
Okay.
us.
Hey,
But
there you go. You
that's
heard it.
true.
Yeah.
But here's the urban legend part. The urban legend is that's my caricature on.
Correct.
the
Right,
can.
exactly.
But that caricature actually predated me. I was the product guy, so I always tell people, well, actually, see, I'm actually in the can, not on the can.
Wow.
So my efforts are in the can.
In a different crowd, that would mean something different.
It would, and you can't take that out of context.
No.
That
You can't.
soundbite would not. But no. So I had a good day job, but literally just kind of fell into this. The guy that was my business partner then for about 15 years. But it was really his idea, and he was just looking for
Because you were a car guy. You were a car guy.
Through an accidental meeting, he was. I had this good day job, but I got a call one day from this local talent agency. There's this local producer, and he wants to do this commercial, and he needs somebody to that looks like a turn of the century scholar.
That's you.
That's you. There you are, yeah.
There you go.
That's
That's
totally,
you.
it's just totally me. Totally me. And by the way,
So you got out of the can.
it pays $25.
Wow, you had to go.
So
You
I
had to
said,
go.
Get out of the can. And
Get out of the
Get out of the can.
Get out of the
Yeah.
Got to get out of the can.
Again, don't take that out of context.
But that's how we met. We did that piece, and he learned. And I'm a car guy. I've always been a car guy, motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
And he had this idea for a show. So and couldn't find a host. Look at all the country, found TV guys that didn't know anything about cars, and car guys that couldn't put 3 words together into a sentence. And he said, you seem to know a lot about cars. You're kind of a character. It's a hell of a mustache.
Yeah.
So we just gave, really I was just playing with it on the side, and
Okay.
it took off like a rocket, and I left corporate America, and the rest, as they say, is
history.
And
That's
at a time, by the way, now Dennis, there's many venues to get a product out. YouTube, a show.
Oh, yeah.
You're back in the day where you had to prove. You were up against Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, well, it was, we were talking about,
Mr. Gates, Mr. Rogers.
Leave it to Beaver.
coal-fired televisions back then.
Coal-fired.
Coal-fired televisions.
Steampunk.
Yeah, it was, man, those
No,
are,
I am serious, though. I mean,
Yeah.
now there's so many venues to get your media
Well,
out.
and,
You had to do it at a time when there really was only a few venues
there
to
were,
get through.
there was, in a twisted way, that was an advantage. Because right now, man, you can get it out there, but there's just, it's a universe that is full of billions and billions of
Yes.
things. So
Right.
how do you get your star to be noticed? And back then there were only a few places, and if you could get there, if you could get on one of them.
But the point is, Dennis, you're walking into very few. You are right,
That-
but you're walking and
that's
go,
just it,
I'm going to do a show. I'm going to go to car shows and hang
no,
out and have a
everybody
lot
thought
of
that
fun.
was crazy. Oh, still,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they're like, really? We've got a dog show where the dog talks and the mother's car talks.
Yeah,
That's
right.
more important.
yeah, and
You had to really work this.
well, you did, but it was also an interesting time because it was almost the advent of cable, where you went from 3 stations or 4
Right.
stations. That's what we got growing up, right? 3 or 4
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
30.
Right.
Oh, 30
We're
stations.
big time now.
Right. But that meant that there was focused niche stations, and TNN, which is
Right.
where we started.
Right.
Okay,
was
Turner, yeah.
country music's MTV
That's
5
right.
days a week.
Right.
And
Right.
2 days a week on the weekends, it was hunting, fishing, and cars.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're the ones that taught us all to
Okay.
get up Saturday and Sunday morning and watch car shows.
Yeah, and that's where we met you.
And we just happened to get lucky to get there, and then,
It just kept again. It's history.
it's
It's
history.
history.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is. It's history.
That's pretty amazing.
But enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Well, the police departments haven't found
I got
us
an
yet.
ache. I got an ache back here right now. It's
Still on the most wanted list.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
I got something. I have no idea what it is. What else you want to know?
Well, I'm a doctor, actually. I could look at that.
Yeah, you're a PhD.
I'm actually a PhD. That's right.
Careful what you offer up, Dennis.
Turn your head and cough.
Got to ask you the question now. Where do you kind of see the hobby kind of going? We're hearing from all kinds of people that obviously the older guys are going to be getting out of it. It's going to be happening. The younger group, now we're happy that SEMA behind us right now here at the Gage Performance Chevrolet. We have a young gun here, 21 years old, built this car all himself. Do you see the young kids getting more into this also too, or do you see it kind of dividing away?
Well, I don't. It's
I mean, you go to a lot of car shows.
Oh,
you
yeah,
see
yeah,
a lot of young
yeah.
kids there.
No, it's real different. It's real different now. Because young kids aren't into cars the way they were. I mean, part of the reason for that was there really wasn't much else to be into back in the day. What was cooler than cars? Well,
Girls.
actually, there's a lot.
Girls.
That was it, though. And they're still cool, by the way. But
Good save.
Good save. But now there's just, oh my God, there's just so much. So you can see how attention can be diverted and diffused. But here's the thing about young guys.
Yeah.
Is that they become old guys.
Right.
I don't know if you've noticed
It
that.
happens, yeah,
It
that it
happens.
does happen,
It happens.
yeah.
You know, frankly, it happens to everybody. So I don't really believe young people are going to be into cars as much as they were, and I think we will feel that in some ways. But as those young guys become older guys and gals, you know, the stuff is kind of like, you know, that was kind of cool, you know. So I actually think it's going to be a funny way that this thing is passed on, because it's not like everybody's going to die and it's
Trickle
over.
down, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, they're going to die. There's people are going to die. And there's going to be some guys that are now, you know, middle-aged, if you will, to go, you know, they've kind of started to get it,
Right.
even if they didn't have it young.
Right.
So, you know, it'll find a new level, I think, but it ain't going away, and it's not really this, you know, oh, my paws and whiskers, you know, what are we going to do here? You know, I think it will carry on because a 69 Camaro, as an example, will only be cooler 20 years from now, 30 years from now.
I see where you're
there's
going.
And there's no question about that.
I see it.
It'll still be cool. Now, you know, every young kid, and actually, by the way, because every young kid ain't out there on the weekends under it, greasy and wrenching and stuff like that, it has spawned an incredible industry of people that do that for people who don't want to do that,
That's
but
true.
still want the cars.
That's true. That
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, we didn't go to rod shops. We
Right.
built rods.
Exactly.
You know?
Right,
Well,
right.
people don't build rods. You know where they get them, though? They get them at rod shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really
That's
is.
a
It's
good
an
point.
industry.
Very good point.
Very good.
Yeah.
You know, the nice thing about your show, and here's what we enjoy about it also, too, is you're not the type of person that goes to the car shows. I mean, you go to all the car shows, you talk to everybody that's there. You don't just go to the guy with the 57 Chevy or the 56 T-Bird. You go to the guy with more of the unusual type vehicles because that's what you like. You like those shapes. You like,
But not too crazy.
yeah.
Well, no, it's crazy as it can get, really. But you know, I love all cars, so it's a perfect gig for me.
Right.
And I've done it so long, frankly, that I've been Cuda Camaro Mustanged nearly to death.
Yeah.
And not that I don't appreciate those
Right,
cars,
right.
and not that I haven't owned all of them, but it's like after a while, show me something you don't see at every show. And so,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
my show is kind of known for, well, that was weird. But I think that's what makes it stand out in a certain
It does.
way.
And
It does.
what's good too, from our perspective as an audience, is you're asking the questions for us. For
Yeah,
instance,
yeah.
you get the owner involved, and you say to the owner, "What does this have? What does that have?" And you know, Dennis, I already know you know all the answers.
Well,
but the
but-
point is, you're asking, and I'm sitting there going, "Ask him this, and Dennis does it.
And I only know, if people say, you really know a lot about cars, and that's true,
Yeah.
but that's only because I have a near photographic memory,
Because-
which is a curse.
Because the guy behind the camera is holding up that big
The
thing
big
saying
cue
about the
cards.
car. Yeah.
Wait.
No, but
Wait,
really,
how many fingers I hold up?
Oh my God, I was told there wouldn't be a test. But I really learn from everybody I talk to, and I just really I'm interested because I.
Yeah, you are.
You know,
you are. It tells.
Yeah, I mean, you say you ask the questions that you'd like to ask. Well, I ask the questions I'd like to ask because I want to learn. I learn from everybody. The reason I got this knowledge is because I've been taught by the people that really know, and that's the owner of the
vehicle.
I'm talking
Exactly,
about.
exactly.
Who knows more about
Exactly.
it?
Yeah, you're not doing a voiceover. This is the car. Blah blah
No.
blah blah.
And
You're
by
going,
the way, by no means am I an authority. I am just the ultimate enthusiast.
that's what comes
yeah,
across.
we
That's
appreciate
exactly
that.
right.
Exactly.
You
And you're
know,
doing it for us.
And everybody always, you know, a lot of shows, hey, would you be a judge? And I said, no. No. Because, first of all, who am I? And secondly, all you do is make one person really happy and piss a whole lot of people off.
There goes your show.
Bingo. You know, so I don't
exactly.
judge. I again, who am I? But I know what I like.
Yes, right.
You know, and I know it when I see it.
Bob and
It's
I have
like,
gotten
oh,
in trouble.
look at that.
Bob and I had to learn the hard way this past summer.
Yeah.
We
Did
did a little
you?
bit of judging.
We did.
Yes,
Yes,
we did.
Oh,
yeah.
guys,
We asked
We were helping someone
you
out.
should have called. I mean, I could have done an intervention. I mean, you should really
Okay,
should
next
call.
time we
Yeah.
will.
No, man.
Trust me, we'll never do it again.
Don't do it. It's,
It's tough.
it's a no-win situation.
We're asked all the time, would you like to be the judges of the show?
And the answer,
no. No, thank you. Yeah.
So-
what we do something special about at some of the shows, and that's something when I just mentioned about the Young Gun here, we do the Young Gun Award.
Right.
So what we do is
Doing
we'll
that
say
for years.
we're going to do one trophy We're going to go out and look at the car, and it doesn't have to be a perfect car.
No.
It can be just
the
the
story.
story, the person, and the car.
Yeah. It's
just
And that's
cool.
what we try to do. So we try to, our job for the last 12 years.
12 years.
We've been trying to get people back. See, whenever, I don't know, are we going to make 24?
No.
I don't know.
I don't. I don't know why not. I mean,
24
That would
from
make me
now,
150. I don't
like,
think
get the
that's
paddles clear.
He would be then on the air. We'd be doing again. That'd
Yeah.
be 38 years later. Wow.
Well, so
How time flies.
I know,
How
hey?
time
It
flies.
does. Before you came on, we were talking the other day about Gene Winfield. He's here at SEMA. It's amazing he's here. But I posted on our website the scene that you did, the episode you did out of Gene's desert home. And he had 2 custom cars, one with a bubble, and you were exposed.
Yeah.
And
the
you were
strip
sharing with
star.
us how you were a little scared for your life.
Well, after I realized that it almost exploded. Yeah, it was sort of in retrospect. At the time, I didn't know, but in retrospect, it was like, oh, gee, I could have died.
I actually recorded that episode, so now I'm going to rewatch it. And I'm going to say, yeah, that's the guy that didn't know he was going to die.
And explain
I
to our
DVR'd it.
listeners what all happened there. Let our listeners know now.
Oh, well,
what
it was
actually
just
happened.
the Cliff Notes version would probably be that we took one car out at the end
Yeah.
because we always drive something, and Gene hadn't fired any of these forever, and they're just sitting in the desert. So threw in some gas and took off. This 427 high riser, got a couple hundred yards down the road, and it died. Gene goes, oh, it must be out of gas, But it was pumping it, and he's trying cranking, pumping, it wouldn't start. So I finally, called back and got him to bring some gas, and we finally get out and open the hood up, and it just been pouring gas out of the carburetor, just like all over the
And that's
edges.
when you realized.
Raining gas down over it. And it was like, yeah, if it had fired, it would have fired. It would have really fired. Yeah. Woof. And, so I was just happy that it didn't.
Sputnik.
Yeah, man.
So we got anything new for this season coming up here with?
No, it's all
with
old.
the
I mean, all the cars are old.
All the old cars.
Yeah, I don't do new cars. No, but we got a lot of old cars coming up. Yeah, 26 new episodes. They start in January on Velocity. We're also on NBC Sports Network, MAV
Right.
TV, Revin,
Yeah.
Wild TV in Canada.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool that you like I said,
We
you
reach
started
over,
here, now you...
100 million households. We launch tomorrow. It's today. No, I don't know what today is, but Saturday,
Thank you.
whenever that
There you go.
is,
Yeah.
November.
Second.
There you
There you
go. Okay, we launch in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand.
Wow.
So it's a very nice show.
We're
over
so
there.
happy for you, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
fun.
that's,
So it's cool.
you deserve it because we've seen you work in the field. We watch your show. You're here, and you're full of energy, full of life. You're our biggest enthusiast out there.
Why, thank you.
We
I
live
appreciate
through
it.
you,
Yeah.
Dennis. There's a
Well,
lot of pressure
I
on
will-
your shoulders.
Oh, I can handle it, but I'll try and make you proud. I will try and make
know,
you proud.
I know.
Great seeing you guys.
Yeah,
I'm probably off to
Yep.
shake babies and
I know,
kiss
yeah,
hands.
that's what it is.
Something like
Babies,
that.
kiss hands.
Oh wait, no, it's kiss hands.
It sounds like yeah. I know you've got a schedule going on here
Yeah.
today.
Thank you,
got
my
a lot
friend.
of people to do, but
Yeah,
Dennis,
cool.
again, we appreciate you always coming around and
You bet,
saying
guys.
hi with us.
Let's do this
Yeah,
again
sure.
sometime, eh?
Definitely. So
Cheers.
again, tune in to My Classic Car. See Dennis Gage, 24 years running, and he's going to run another 24 years,
Yeah.
right? There you go. Again, we're here at SEMA 18, having a great time at the Gage High Performance booth. Check it out.